With all the craziness going on in the world today, there's never been a more important time to be able to defend yourself, your loved ones, and your property. Welcome to Ghost Tactical. My name is Trey Miller, and today we're going to go through our top 5 list for best guns to protect your home and your businesses. Coming in at number 5 on our list is a revolver. Now, a revolver, or better known as a 6-shooter or a wheel gun or a hand cannon, is a very basic and simple, reliable gun. It's been around for a long time. It's small, it's deadly, and it's affordable. And that's why we've put it on our list. Now, let's take a look at some pros and cons of the revolver. The first pro is that it's very reliable. It doesn't malfunction very often. There are not going to be any jams or malfunctions typically. Also, it's very easy to operate for someone who is very new to handguns. It is a very simple manual of arms that anyone can figure out quickly. And the third pro is it's pretty cheap ammo. Most handgun ammo is readily available and it is very inexpensive. Now, as far as the cons for revolvers, there is heavy recoil, especially for those that might be weaker, that may not be able to handle it. The recoil is going to be pretty strong. The second con is they have very heavy triggers. Most of them are double action triggers, and for the average person that may be new, it is going to be a longer trigger pull and heavier. The third con for revolver is very low capacity. There are some revolvers that will have maybe 8 rounds, but most of them are 5 or 6 round capacity in the revolvers. That's not going to give you a whole lot if you're having to be in a gunfight. And that being said, the last con is a slower reloads. Unless you have a speed strip or a speed loader readily available during a firefight, it is going to take a longer time to reload. And since you're only having a small capacity, you're going to have to reload possibly a lot more. So our number 5 on the list is a revolver. Coming in at number 4 on the list is a shotgun. Shotguns, once again, have been around for a very long time. It's great at a short range. It's very scary and extremely reliable. Let's take a look at the breakdown of the pros and cons. First, let's talk about the pros. Shotguns can be very inexpensive. You can get them for under $300 in a lot of places, and you can find them anywhere. Another pro is there are very few malfunctions. You're talking about a barrel that is not threaded with a cartridge of bird or buckshot or slugs, but I would not recommend slugs for home defense. I probably look at like a bird shot, but there are very few malfunctions that are going to happen with shotguns. There's also not the threat of over-penetration when you're talking about the different bird shot. Very few times, unless you're using a slug, are you going to have to worry about that projectile escaping the house outside. Another great thing about the shotgun, it is basically point and shoot. You really don't have to, in a home defense, worry about aiming. With the spread of that shot, it's going to hit what you're generally aiming at. Now let's talk about the bad side of the cons of a shotgun. They usually have a very long barrel, they're robust, so for someone who may not be as strong, a shotgun may not be the perfect weapon for them. The second thing we want to talk about is a very harsh recoil, especially for someone that is completely inexperienced or very little experience with firearms. The recoil might scare them. The next thing we want to talk about is very low capacity, but most of the time you're going to be able to load 3 or 4 shells, and that's about it. So we do love the shotgun, and I think it is a wonderful option for home defense or businesses. And if you like shotguns and you're proficient with them, then run it. But yes, it does have its flaws, and that's why it comes in at number 4 on our list. Coming in at number 3 on the list is the AR-15 semi-automatic platform. Now, AR-15s are great for home defense, but is it the right choice for you? Well, let's take a look at the pros and cons. First, the pros for the AR-15 is it's an extremely accurate platform. It has very little recoil, which is going to be nice for the very beginner. It obviously has a very high capacity with up to 30 round magazines, depending upon which state you live in. And it's highly modular, which means you can add all the different accessories, whether it's lights or an optic or whatever you would like. It can be added to the AR-15 very easily. Now, as far as the cons, they are more expensive than the shotguns and other things we've talked about so far. They are heavier than handguns. They're lighter than shotguns most of the time, but they are still pretty heavy. The biggest con is that you are going to have a probable over-penetration. No matter what kind of defensive or home defense round, there is a good chance that you're going to have over-penetration with that round through walls or whatever. So if you really want to have an advantage over any threat that's comes to your home or your business, then the AR-15 is going to give you a great opportunity to succeed and end that threat. And basically anyone can shoot it. So guys, our number 3 choice is the AR-15 platform. Coming in at number 2 in the list is a pistol caliber carbine. Now, those of you that may not understand what a pistol caliber carbine is, it's basically a long gun, but usually a shorter barrel than a typical AR platform. It obviously shoots pistol caliber rounds versus rifle caliber rounds. If you're wondering if a PCC is right for you, for your home or your business, let's take a look at some pros and cons. The pros for a PCC are the cheap ammo. Basically, it's 9mm, 40-45, the basic same ammunition that you're going to put in your pistol, but it's more accurate than a pistol because it has a longer barrel, and that's also going to make it more powerful than a regular pistol. But the great thing about the PCCs is they can share magazines with most of your handguns, and a ton of PCCs today are going to be converted to work with Glock magazines, which allows you to not only share magazines, but share ammo with your pistols as well, which means you can load up on one caliber and shoot your pistol and your PCC with the same ammo. Now, the cons of the PCC is it's going to be a little bit less maneuverable than a handgun. It's going to be a little bit slower target acquisition in compared to your handgun. And with the power of the PCC in comparison to the pistol, there is a possible threat of overpenetration. Now, the biggest con between a pistol and a pistol caliber carbine is that PCCs are typically a lot more expensive than just your handgun. When it comes to PCCs, there is no argument that they are great guns and they are fun to shoot. But what most people don't think of is they're a great option for home defense and for businesses because they can share the cheap handgun ammunition and they can be utilized with the same magazines probably as your handguns. So our number 2 pick is going to be the pistol caliber carbine. Before we reveal our number 1 choice, we ask everybody to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way that you'll get notified every time we have a new video drop. And coming in at number 1 on our list of top 5 best guns for home or business defense is a semi-automatic pistol. Between different materials being made, different calibers that are available, and the price points going down, the pistol makes the best choice for our list. But is it the right choice for you? Well, let's kind of see the pros and cons of the pistol. It's smaller and it's lighter than any rifle or shotgun that we have on the list. And because it's smaller and lighter, it is much more maneuverable, especially through rooms and houses. You don't have to worry about your barrel or muzzle sticking through a doorway. It is very easy to move throughout a room. Another great thing about a pistol is it only requires one hand to operate. This allows you to have an extra hand free for grabbing things or holding on to someone to get them out of harm's way. And in my opinion, the biggest pros are the ammo and caliber choices. Pistol ammo is pretty cheap and you can get it at different types of home defense or concealed carry ammo, whatever, and calibers. You've got all sorts of different calibers that will suit whatever power or whatever you need. Let's take a look at some of the cons. Now, the only thing about it is some of them are going to be less capacity. Now, a lot of them are going to be 17+1 or 20+1, but you have some pistols are going to be maybe 6+1. So you do have a lower capacity. You do have the possibility of overpenetration if you're using the wrong kind of ammo and the wrong powerful kind of ammo through those handguns. It's also going to have a little bit shorter effective range than any of the rifles that we've seen or pistol caliber carbines. And it is going to have a little bit harder recoil than any of the AR platforms or PCCs. But if you're looking for a great firearm that you can quickly acquire targets, it's accessible, you can carry it every day on your person, then I would say the semi-automatic pistol is the choice. If you talk to most gun experts, they're going to tell you that the best firearm for home defense or self-defense or protecting your business or property is a semi-auto pistol. And that's one of the reasons why our number 1 pick is a semi-automatic pistol. Well, now that we know that you've subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell, what we're asking you to do now is to hit that thumbs up button or the thumbs down button. But you know what? We honestly prefer the thumbs up button. After that, come down below here and make sure you leave us a comment. We love hearing your feedback and we love to hear what you think about the video. Are you in the mood for some more awesome two-way content? Then make sure you check out our website, ghosttacticalproductions.com, and check us out on all of our social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell to be notified about our latest videos. Till next time, Semper Fi.